What's up, everybody? It's Luke James, not the singer. If you're looking to get your music reviewed, you can hit up this email that's right here. But today I'm going to hit you up with my thoughts and opinions on this new Kevin Gates album called I'm Him. Now, Kevin Gates is a rapper who's coming out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and I have reviewed plenty of his work in the past. He's one of those guys who I do prefer when it comes to his earlier work. I think Luca Brasi 2 is still the best project that he's ever done, but even when he drops these newer projects, I always like a couple of songs. He sticks to that formula where he comes through with those heavy bangers, some nice catchy melodies and harmonies, and he also has that unique raspy style that kind of sets him apart from other people. So I'm not a diehard Kevin Gates fan by any means, but I always come out of his projects with a couple of songs. And it's actually the same thing here because he really doesn't stray from his usual formula. You're getting that sound that I already mentioned that does kind of get auto-croony and poppy at times, and he is bringing some content that once in a while gets introspective. Not too much, it is pretty rare, because we all know Kevin Gates' two favorite topics are the trappin' and the fucking. But before we get into the trappin' and the fucking, we are going to talk about some of the more introspective content. Starting with the song Better For You, I thought this was the most heartfelt cut on the album because it's just him speaking to his daughter and showing love to her and saying that he wants to become a better man for her in spite of all the mistakes he's made in the past, something I can appreciate. And then on the guitar-laced Icebox, he is speaking on a wide variety of issues, including how his relationship with his mother had an effect on how he treats women, something that I think some people might be able to relate to. Maybe you had an up and down relationship with your mom, or maybe your mom was overbearing, or maybe you're a mama's boy. All these things can have an effect on you in different ways, so I thought that was just kind of cool of him to speak on that. It was showing some introspection, and the song in general does deal with some themes of self-growth and discovery, as he has one line on here where he says, "My insecurities wiped out, I'm knowing my purpose now," as if he's kind of found himself over the years while he made these mistakes, because we know he's been in and out of jail or prison, whatever you want to say. He's had his troubles with the law, we'll put it that way. He's been known to say some pretty crazy, scandalous shit that gets people talking. He's been through a lot of things, but he always does still seem introspective and like he's trying to do his best. So that's something that I do appreciate about Kevin Gates. I would say probably the deepest track on here has got to be Walls Talking, because this is a quintessential Kevin Gates song where he does get into his past, some of his failings, mistakes, and shortcomings, from, you know, having this rough history of going through juvenile detention centers, being in group homes, being the black sheep in his family. All these things were pretty dope, and again, I respect his honesty when it comes to speaking on these things, because that's what lets us into his world and helps people connect with him. It kind of sets him apart from some of the other auto-crooners who don't quite go as deep, although I wish he did do it more often, man. Like, there's a very limited amount of this content on here. I think if there was more of like a 60-40 split or 50-50 or something like that even, that would be better, because most of this does get into the usual content that I mentioned at the start, man, you know. But I do got to point out, on Walls Talking, there was one line that honestly just made me spit my drink out, man. I was drinking some water and I was hearing it and I fucking spit it out, man. Almost fried my damn keyboard, but I didn't. But he says, "I was young when my mama had me." I was young when my mama had me. I was young when my mama had me. I don't know if there's something I'm missing. Maybe there's something else to that. Maybe there's something more to his story. But as far as I know, he's not on some Benjamin Button type of shit. So everyone is young when their mother has them. I don't know, man. That shit just kind of caught me by surprise. I thought it was kind of funny. If I'm missing something, let me know. But I thought that was funny. It is what it is. But we're going to move on. Like I said, those moments of introspection and depth are kind of rare. And we're going to get into some of that stuff I was talking about, the trapping and the fucking. So, as usual, Kevin Gates is just big, horny all over this damn album, man. On Fatal Attraction, he's getting all up in a woman's stomach. On Pretend, he's spitting in a girl's pussy, which, I mean, I understand he's just trying to lubricate it, but it just sounds gross. Like maybe she's just a spittoon to him. Like the cowboys in the movies and shit. He's just spitting all up in that. On the track Face Down, we get this romantic beat, but then it's thrown off by him talking about breaking her back and choking her out. And I'm not even hating on rough sex. I'm just saying with some of his bars, it's hard to tell if he's talking about making love or having a fucking cage match with Brock Lesnar, man. God damn it, Kevin Gates is out here doing all kinds of wild and crazy shit, biting on ass cheeks and all this shit, eating booties like it's fucking, I don't know, like some sort of Hershey chocolate bar or something. He says all kinds of wild stuff on here. And it also made me laugh on Let It Go when he very passionately sings, "I need a bitch with her waist small. She gon' make a nigga's dick stand way tall." It's the way tall part that made me laugh, because he doesn't want it just to stand tall. He wants it to be way tall, man, like on some Great Khali type of shit, or Giant Gonzalez type of shit. If you remember that from back in the day, that was a fucking mess. All that fake body hair and all that stuff going on. So, you know, this is what Kevin Gates is on. This content does get kind of redundant, gets repetitive. We've heard it all from him, but still, some of these songs are kind of catchy because the beats are good. He does have those harmonies and melodies and solid hooks, so I don't all out hate it. And these are just the usual funny, crass moments you expect from a Kevin Gates album. He's not new to that, and you are getting some other humorous moments, like on Push It, where he says, "Bought a new Frenchie, she got a big head like Rihanna, it's cute, I'm not taking a shot." So that was kind of a, you know, another little funny bar. This song also borrows from Salt and Peppa's song, Push It, on the hook. You're going to hear some similarities there. But just like many of the songs on here, including the RBS intro, the bass on this is thicker than Simone Richards, a newcomer, an up-and-comer. If you know, you know, man. She's mega thick. So there are a lot of good bassy bangers on here. You know, like, this shit does get kind of redundant. You will get some solid Hustlers anthems on here as well, like Have You Ever, Bags, and Buy My Lonely, the latter of which actually borrows from Speaker Knocker's song called Lonely. So this is kind of just your standard overly long trap rap album, man. I'm going to go with a 3 out of 5. I did almost go with a 3.5 because sonically I think it's pretty cool. It's just, it gets so damn redundant. It's not really anything too new from Kevin Gates. A little bit more content or some more interesting stuff here would have helped, because sometimes it seems like he's just singing about dick and pussy all the time, and it just gets kind of boring. I could have had a bit more, some of that other content on here, but it is what it is, man. 3 out of 5 feels fair to me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section, and of course, make sure you do all that good YouTube and social media stuff where you show me love and you show me lots of it. Thank you for watching, everybody. I will see you next time.